In this video, I want to talk to you about anger and about the dangers of using your anger and the perceived danger of using your anger, especially when you're somewhere outside in a place where you don't know what could be possible, what could happen. And this is a very natural reaction. This is something very natural. And from having experienced this over the years, I'm learning how to take a little bit more and more space with my anger in a way that I can be in the middle of a street with lots of people and use my anger in a big way to be big, to show up, to be big. And it hasn't been a day and night kind of change. It's taken a long time to kind of like take these micro steps of seeing myself and reflecting myself and doing experiments. And one thing that really changes the way that you are used to relating with yourself, the familiar way that you do the things, your familiar tone of voice, how loud you are, how clear you are with yourself, how you move your energy and your attention in certain places, because a lot of it has to do with your energy. A lot of how you are showing up, how you're using your anger, and how you are using different feelings and emotions has to do with your attention and where you putting your attention. For example, if you are in a place where it's like crowded with people, your attention, you might not have enough attention to have your attention in your center, to say, I have my attention, I have my center, I am in power, I have my voice, and I have clarity. And instead, what happens is that your attention gets divided in the multiple people that are there. What are they going to think? What if I get attacked? What if they don't like me? What if I get interrupted? What if somebody feels threatened by what I'm saying? What if they try to like interrupt me or disapprove of me? And there's all of these different places where the attention can go. The more that you cultivate your attention and you're able to hold it and keep it for yourself, that this is not something that can go unconsciously like that nobody can just take your attention, just take your resources, because your attention is your greatest resource. And if anybody can snatch you and get your resource, then you are a life bait. Then you are someone who can just be eaten and you don't have your center. You just food for the hungry fish out there to eat. So the value of getting your anger and working consciously with your anger, and anger in this context, depending on who's listening, it can be interpreted in different ways. But I'm talking about the anger that you need to hold your center, the anger that you need to say, no, I'm not going to give you my energy. Like, I'm using my energy for something else. I'm using my energy for my purpose. I'm using my energy in a conscious way. I'm not going to just give you my energy. That anger that you need to hold your center, to keep your resources, to say, this is my space, that is your space, this is my purpose. That anger that you need to keep your attention right here and right now in sourcing your voice, sourcing your clarity, sourcing your what you are connected with in your purpose. That anger, which is what I call conscious anger, the more you cultivate your relationship with this, the more you're able to hold your attention, and it become harder and harder for anyone or anything, any situation to hook you and to take your attention. And this is an ongoing process, and this is like a fun research process as you get into this, coming into a researcher of your attention. Where is your attention going? Then you start discovering that there is these subtleties in the space, depending on where you are and depending on the different people that are around you, that they hook your attention in different ways, or that something happens and your attention gets hooked. And then becomes a research, a discovery process of where your attention is going, how you're using your attention. And the work with anger, which is, it can look like different things at different stages. And what it does look like, the common base of that, of all of these different practices, is that you consciously go to feeling anger regularly. It's not like once a month, it's like multiple times a week, where you go and consciously feel what you're angry about. You use your anger, you consciously allow your anger to get big, to get high, and speak from that, express it, use it, and allow yourself to feel angry, to feel the anger, and allow it to get to higher intensity. And this starts creating a closer relationship with your anger in this way that you can notice it. You can notice when you're getting angry about something, and you can start sourcing it, or you can start sourcing the anger, getting angry for something, or allowing the anger to get big when somebody's crossing your boundary, for example, or when something is not in alignment with what you want to create, or what is in your interactions, in your relating spaces. And this is the value of cultivating the anger, that you can start becoming more conscious user of your attention and where your attention goes. So this is one of the values of using your anger, and how you can, one of the awesome things that is not taught in school, that you're not taught in modern culture, and that you actually need very specific practice spaces to get to know your anger, or very specific initiations where you get new distinctions, experiential distinctions, not just from reading in a book, not just from watching this video. You actually go into experiment places where you experiment and experience for yourself what it's like to feel anger, speaking from your anger. What is it your anger for? What information comes from your anger? What does it feel like in your body? And then from these spaces, you start getting possibility for doing something else, like feeling angry when you feel angry, or not feeling angry if you're not feeling angry, or if you don't want to feel angry, or if you don't see a value in feeling anger, or if you don't, there is something else that your anger is covering, like fear, or maybe your anger is covering sadness, covering another feeling. Even joy might be covering, you might be covering anger, joy with your anger. So all of these different subtleties, it allows you to become more of an alchemist of your emotions, and learn how to use each one in different situations, and see what creates the best results, or what is the most authentic to you, what is the thing that is needed in the moment. And for this, you require a practice space. I don't know any other ways. It's like teamwork, where you have a team of people who have a certain level of navigating your feelings, so they can see if you're feeling mad, sad, glad, or scared. Mad, glad, sad, or scared. They can scan, and they can scan what intensity levels you're feeling it, and if you're mixing emotions, if there is like two or three of them mixed up, and if it's something about right now, which it will be a feeling, or if it's something about the past, something that happened before, which is an emotion, which tend to last more than 3 minutes. So you have a team where that can scan all of these, that has the skill, that has managed somewhat the skill, and a space holder with the clarity about these two. And you go into these training practice spaces with a team, and you actually get to feel your anger, and work with your feelings, and start to unmix when there is mixed feelings, or start to get the clarity, like, oh, that is fear and anger, it's not just anger, or this is sadness and anger, it's not just anger, or it's not just sadness. There's both mix, and there's a process that you need to do to unmix them. So you start getting these different tools in these spaces, and it's powerful work that would allow you to open up gaps in the reality, in the continuum reality, in the what you are familiar with of experiencing time and space, and open up gaps in there for something else to become possible. So I hope this brings up some value for you about anger, how you've been using anger, how you have not been using it, or misusing it, or abusing it, and that you get maybe some next steps for your work with your feelings, your emotions, and how you relate with others and with yourself with it. So thank you for watching. Have a nice day or a night, and I'll see you again in the next video.